Right and Cola offices. Mr. Maya. Yes, Mia left. There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore. Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. Huh? The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. OnGuard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Hey, cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying, we have to get going. You're right. Mystic Maya is in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So. Hey guys, glad I caught you, pal. Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe. It's been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearls' books now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. But we're kinda busy right now. This is Gumshoe. He's your bro. He's your guy. You need him. So much. So, what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that. What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. Guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. You are now hiring me. Thanks, Gumshoe. Say what? You'll be searching for things that'll prove Mr. OnGuard's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I've got lots of experience investigating, and I'll watch at other people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. That's Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? Hey man, instant noodles done right is special. Talk about Edgeworth. That was the first time I've ever that was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? That's horrible. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth, huh? Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself. But I still think there is something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to, almost need to frame Mr. OnGuard? I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or, that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. Such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that. Franziska von Karma, who is okay now, right? Speaking of her, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Miss von Karma was shot today, on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. I should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? You gonna go visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it'd be good for her if you wouldn't let her whip you for a bit, pal. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick. Let's not, Pearls. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see. Name of the hospital... the Hottie Clinic. That name sends a chill down my spine. Oh well, guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. I don't think I have anything I need to present to you. At least I hope not. Let's go visit Francisca first. One moment. Hottie Clinic reception. Never thought I'd come back to this place. That one guy's still got a broken foot. Oh god, you're here again. Yeah, here to visit a patient. Hi. Wait a second, you're... yeah, I'm the director, Hottie. Oh. Why are you still here? Yeah, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yeah. Director Hottie. Edgeworth? Yeah, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from the morning. What is it? Director, Francisca. How is Francisca von Karma? You don't need to worry. She's in good hands. Because you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yeah. And that thing, the surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. Looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. But I understand. Her opponent was a gun after all. And when I snuck up on her real secret like, she would scream real loud. I see. But she's real cute too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. But I think I could get used to it. Glad you're walking around. Go back to your room. You're so mean. My Friska. Oh, that's good for... KK, time for my drops. Glad they're gone. And what are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix, right? I brought flowers for some reason. Hi, Von Karma. I was shot in front of the courthouse, in my right shoulder. But it is no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. I even had full intentions of running the trial this morning. But that would have been too much for you. There is no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. It was the only logical course of action given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. This deal. Miss Von Karma? You made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. Ongard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't you have proof that I made- Do you have proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix, right? If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime. That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with evidence or not. I have only one objective, to find Ongard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix, right? The end justifies the means. Miss Von Karma, Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then Ongard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she's now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was... Ow. I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me. What's wrong? Why'd she suddenly cut you off? Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. Hi, Edgeworth. So what happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That wasn't like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... but she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, right, the courtroom is a garden of judgment. I'm putting myself on the line when I stand in there. That's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That is rare for you. Witness that card, give it to me, hurry. Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. That card... what in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, right, this is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card, a man called Shelley the Killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer, an assassin, the best at that. An assassin? So who is this Shelley the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelley is the professional name of the third heir to the Killer name. So, because his professional name is Shelley, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? We think it's a part of his duty to his clients. Duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. The Killer values trust between his client and himself above all else. It seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. Let's not whatever it too much, eh? So, do you think this assassin... you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelley the Killer, huh? I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should tell him. Maya... she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped. What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is gonna... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick? There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right, listen. You need to know something. Juan Carita was killed by Shelley the Killer. And the client who ordered the job is Matt Ongard. Your own client. Stop. I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only. As we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelley the Killer. But if you take this with you, I'm sure they'll let you enter. Letter of introduction. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again, if anything should happen. Now, if you'll excuse me. Mr. Nick? Do you think Mr. OnGuard hired an assassin? Way. I mean, he doesn't have a psych lock. Yeah, I guess not. Please, all I ask is you make it home safe and sound. I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up, like how Nick does of everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around. Still unknown. Interesting. What is this place? Got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way, I can show him to Sis and maybe get out of here. More fucking bears. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. How cute! But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. There's a framed picture sitting on the coffee table. Picture of a woman. She's kinda pretty. Looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." I bet this could be a clue. Yeah, locked, of course. And it doesn't look like I can use the card to open this one. There's a little hole at the bottom, though. If only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through here. Oh hey, a computer. I've never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. There goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. What's this thing? An antenna? This is a VCR? There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. But what is an antenna doing here? This simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. Yeah. It seems that your Mr. Right is truly concerned about you. Yes? For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways, you mean? Dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct? Dead? I'm almost certain I told you on our first meeting I am an assassin. No way, you're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Nick? Mr. Nick? Huh? Yeah, Pearls. Got caught up in my thoughts. Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know. I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. OnGuard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going. Okay. I guess we'll go see OnGuard. Guard, you have borne witness to everything that's ever been said in this room. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Huh? I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright. you say? Oh yeah, there's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt on guard. Ah, here you are. What did he write? Is it something really important? I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy? Oh, Mr. Wright. So actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I've got this cat named Shu. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably really hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed him for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? This is terrible. Let's hurry, we have to feed the cat. I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now. I guess. Matt's note jammed into a pocket. A client's request is a request. Guess I should go check up on the cat. Alright. I can still go to the criminal affairs department for some reason. Anybody there? Wow, everybody looks really busy with something. They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hurry up with that, will ya? Pass the victims list around. You gotta be kidding, there's 100 people on here! Mr. Nick, is Mr. Onguard really that big of and bad of a criminal? Actually, Pearls, never mind. It sounds like they're working on a different case. Alright, keep at it, gentlemen. Hotel lobby. Alright now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to, for Mystic Maya's sake. You shall not pass. Miss Oldbag. Don't devalue my name and turn it into a gasp, you spiky-headed pettifogger. Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. But what I really something much more valuable, wanted Edgy Boy's heart, all wanted from me, it's all your fault. You've awakened the wild beast inside this old bag. Arrgh, yeah. Miss Oldbag, keep your hands off me. The helmet's airtight. No air gets in, no air gets out. What? Why? Then why do you keep putting it on? Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're gonna have to defeat me if you want to get by. I'm not hearing this. So I guess I'll just wait about a minute. Maybe a few more, depending on your lung capacity. Or how well it is you've learned to not breathe. So, night of the murder. Right. But what about? And then what if? Had to try. And it doesn't look like an... Oh, I can't. To the living room. On-guard mansion. Living room. Sure is dark. I'll go turn on a light. Wow, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's find Shu, the kitty cat. Shu. Cat. So I guess this is Shu. What a lovely cat. Hello, Shu. The cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me. I see. May I help you with something, Mr... Oh, we're lawyers, actually. I'm Mr. Onguard's lawyer. The Masters... Then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes? It's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler, John Doe. Nice to meet you. So I guess we don't need to feed the cat? So you must know all sorts of things about Mr. Onguard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? Not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master of his affairs. I typically butler-like. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say maybe about 1 year. And anything else? Not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. You know, I would have thought Mr. Ongard to kind of have a maid over a butler. Fair enough. That's a very cute cat you've got there. It is my duty to take care of him. The master had a fancy shoe. Anything else? Not especially. Well then I guess I don't need this scrap of paper anymore. Crumpled into a ball and thrown away. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. We should probably get going ourselves. So young and yet already so accomplished, a master of law. But there is also a lot to be proud in being a butler, in charge of the house and all. Thank you for your compliments, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. But now, if you'll excuse me. Bye, shoe. This is ludicrously unsafe. A giant bicycle's flying through the air. That bicycle, Pearls, is one where you don't have to pedal and it moves on its own. Really? Wow. But, sorry to disappoint you, it cannot fly. That's too bad. Mysterious door. There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick. I bet it's for Mr. Ongard's cat. Oh, you mean shoe. The door is locked tight. I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering in. Alright. There's a giant cooking hearth here. Actually, a fireplace. How are they different? I don't know. You should come and visit Faye Manor. I'll show you one when you do. Alright. There's another door over there. You shouldn't go wandering off over there, Mr. Nick. Okay, Pearls. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her to stop playing around. Alright. Sorry, Maya, but we don't know you're here. Oh, bag, let me in. Maybe if I show her this letter. Hey, old bag, if you would look at... What? Do you want me to look at this worthless piece of... Edgy poo. Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth. Yours truly. That man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy Poo said so, you understand? Right. I just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad and I won't let you off the hook. Looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe, but you know nothing's going to come of it. That's so mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared. Ow. Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint in my face. So anyway, let's continue our investigation. Okay. Rat-tat-tat. What? Why? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into Ongard's room today. Why? The police's main investigation team is going to be there all day, you hear? I wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating the killer. So don't go in there. Set one foot in, and you'll face the wrath of Windy Old Bag. Oh no, not the wrath of Windy Old Bag, whatever. Anybody in Viola? Looks like we're the only ones here. And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow. Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about the killer. It's food is still setting out. The scavenger in me, though. The raccoon-like urge. Hey, city boy. Lana, you're still here. Wrecking course. An investigative photographer eats or starves on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? And this hotel just has that aura of mystery. Also, like, they haven't cleaned the food off the table in the other room, so like, I'm getting snacks. You know, it's like something's always about to happen. But do you have a camera? Rick given. A photographer's gotta have cameras out the ear like corn to be a real pro, you know? So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feeding the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief? Bread thief? Why can't you drop the thief thing? Actually, I believe old Bat gave me back your camera. Here. Would you take a look at this? Huh? Alright. Guess not then. I want to ask you about the night of the murder. What? You really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got? A lot of you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, no? Well, kinda, but... Here it comes. I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know? Followed a few stars around, got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too. Looks like she wasn't here the entire time that night. The security lady also wasn't in the hallway the whole time either. I guess this means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. Awesome. So, the note that was inside your camera case. Oh, that ditty I wrote? Yeah. Can I believe what you've written? You mean the stuff about Ed on guard shoving his manager lady on the corrida? Yes. Oh, well, I reckon you best not be believing that. Huh? Look, I sorta wrote that on a whim, writing whatever came to mind. Whatever came to mind? Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random bulldooters. Hey, what's with you? Why are you staring at me like my grandpa used to? What the fuck does that mean, Lotta? Hey, why do you look like you suddenly got older too? Or am I just shrinking here? My baby. My $1,600 baby. What's with that red-coated prosecutor anyway? That guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back. Well, that's kind of how it is. Hey, you're that redcoat's friend, ain't you? So put in a few good words for me and get me back my camera. You want me to do what? Listen, nag the guy real good for about 5 hours, and I guarantee you'll give it back. Why don't you do your own dirty work? Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. Tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid, huh? Not quite, but sure. Keep yourself together out there, yeah. I'm coming to see you in court tomorrow. Okay. See you then. And you too there, little one. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay. Don't be picky about your food now. She really has been getting snacks. Okay. And make sure you do all your own works here. Okay. And if you happen to find yourself a camera, make sure you bring it right to me. Would you just leave? Goodbye, Lotta. You're actively not allowed to go investigate the on guard's room. Oonga. X4. Mr. Nick? What is that ghastly moaning? I'm not paid enough to make those noises. I hate evil ghosts. I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon? Excuse me, what you're calling it? I really am not paid enough to make those noises. What you're calling a demon, Brad? Zoinks, it's the alien. Who are you calling an alien? It's just you. What are you doing here? What's wrong with you young'uns today? I came down here to pay my respects to poor Juan and you're disturbing me. Night of the murder. Please talk to me about the night of the murder. Just one more time. I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and her note. She was loitering around here with that imbecilic look on her face. With that imbecilic look on her face? Okay, got it. Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're going to take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, okay. Now I've seen everything. But you know I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night. What the fuck? Yeah, memories of Corrida. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about Mr. Corrida. He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts in my book. But I heard he was lagging behind in the polls against Mr. Ongard. Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know. But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Just look at this mountain of presents. You know, to show the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him. Yeah, the mountain's pretty big and certainly nothing to shake a stick at. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? The presents, they're all bears, right? Good point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. Well, I guess if you really wanted him to get something, just give him a bear of some kind. And it's not going to be examined too closely because he gets 1,000,000 of them, right? So they might come into play. Presents. All of Mr. Corrida's presents are from his fans seem to be bears. Oh, that's because you can't think of one without thinking about bears. Explain. Why bears? You don't know? When my dear Juan was training, he fought barehanded with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight, they became friends. What? What a heartwarming story. Look, it's just like in those young people's dramas. I can see those two, tuckered out, down by a river, going, yeah, you sure can fight. You too, bub, you too. What? It's in his biography, bub. What a load of crock. So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents. Yeah, nice bears. I'm Uncle Bear, and I say it's barely 8 o'clock. What is that infernal racket? It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m. Way past your bedtime. Whose bedtime's 8 o'clock? We gotta go for like a 9, right? That startled me. I thought I was going to die for a second. 8 p.m. That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night, remember? Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. Transceiver. Hello? This is not a phone. Maya. How is Maya? You haven't heard her, have you? It seems you weren't able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. I've heard the news. So it would seem my present did you no good. No, Mystic Maya. One more day. I just ask for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time, please. I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else, after all. Please let Maya say something. I want to hear she's okay. Alright. Then... a little... What's with the static? Hello? It seems... that Connect. Damn it. Did the transceiver just suddenly break? Excuse me. What happened? I don't know. All of a sudden it became nothing but static. Stick my, Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. The sooner the better. Interesting. Well, who's a mechanics expert? Who is a mechanics expert? Alright, literal bag. I need to see if I can run into somebody that's good with things. Maybe I can find that random butler. No, okay. Hey, can you fix Anybody here? It's Old Bag and Gumshoe. And right now Gumshoe works for us. Welcome back, pal. Thought I'd make you a little something for dinner. That's nice, thanks. Rich man's luxurious full-course meal out of a can. Sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have time to eat. Looks like you don't have a can opener, pal. Gotta be kidding me. Here I thought he'd already whipped something up. Oh, I know. There is one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. So... Okay, no new dialogue. What do you know about radio transceivers? Transceiver? Oh, Mr. Nick. You should ask Mr. Struffy Detective about that thing. What thing? Oh yeah, it broke. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh? Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Huh. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference? Electromagnetic interference? So what is this electromagnetic interference? Something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal. Ah, when you put it that way. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen. The stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, eh? Computer? Yeah, it's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird. Oh yeah, the TV does do that. So that's what you're talking about. Well, she seems happy at being able to understand this. So the room you're in whenever that interference to the transceiver happened. There's gotta be something there that's putting out a very strong radio wave, pal. Something like a listening device or something. Ah. Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened? You were in Mr. Corita's room, the scene of the murder. Huh? That's it. I'm gonna sneak into the precinct and get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, pal. Gumshoe. Oh yeah, baby. It's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah. We should be going too, Nick. Alright, let's go. But we have to wait for him to break in. Let's make a distraction. Hey, boss. Talk Badger. Just get him going. Yeah, there we go. Okay, never mind. Goodbye! I guess he'll just be there. I hope. Worked like a charm. You're finally here, pal. Sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. Man, I tried to give you a distraction. From the outside, I mean. So, yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We needed that. Hey, calm down, pal. Didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's. So this is a bug sweeper? Looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh, he has his own. He is a genius. Oh, by who? Me, of course. Seeing this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down at it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up, but I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work. Trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity. So it's gonna beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. Isn't it better that way? Well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, I might as well give it a whirl, right, pal? Alright. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use it. There's a listening device. If there's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in the room, pal. So we're gonna find it, right? Right. Now, first let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around and give the room a real thorough look-see. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? If you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press button to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here that's gonna give off radio waves, though. So let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Alright, I'm gonna go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you found a bug, got it? That's a phone, that makes sense. Would a light bulb give off waves? Lamp, check. Listening device, no. There are lots of lamps in the room, aren't there, Mr. Nick? Yeah, and they're all on. You shouldn't do that, Mr. Nick. Don't you know that's wasteful? I'll be more conscientious from now on. But we didn't set these on. Robo-Bear. Robo-Bear's supposed to though, right? God, everything is on, what the fuck? It's gotta be something that doesn't make sense, right? Because Robo-Bear makes sense. Alarm clock bear doesn't. Good for it. Computer that's also on, what the fuck? TV remote's giving off waves? That's a maybe. I'm guessing the hairdryer's somehow on. The dryer? Oh, if you use it next to a TV, it'll make the screen look weird. Yeah, and when that happens, it's called electromagnetic interference, yeah? Good memory, Pearls. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. She's learning. Bears. Coffee. Why does this little guy have it? Looks like a hot water pot. No. Okay, I guess the bear counts as the coffee machine. Oh, what the fuck? Interesting. This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I've ever seen. Hey, did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean? Not yet, but this bear's eyes. Let's see. Let's see. Perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio wave. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's take this big fella's eye out and see what we got. No, you can't. Such a violent act. Crap. No. Got a camera. It's a miniature camera. And it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. A what-hit bear? A transmitter, pal. Is this more of that high-tech stuff? So, where did this go? So we can see what happened here. So this tiny thing's a camera? Yep, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small high-grade video camera, mostly used in security systems. So it's a video camera. runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set. But there's no videotape in the camera. This is only the camera part here. The tape recorder with the tape inside somewhere else. Somewhere else? The footage is changed in the radio waves and then sent to that recorder. Ow. It would have been too easy. So it's sorta like a TV broadcast, huh? You know, you're right. Spy camera added to the court record. Transmitter? So what is a transmitter? It's a device that sends the footage on camera took to a specific destination. Like a video version of a listening device, pal. Looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing. Oh, that's the timer, pal. You set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it. You can set it for a certain time? Yep, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 PM and go for an hour. 8 PM. The award ceremony timing. There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess. Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here? I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of murder. Then, maybe this camera caught the murder on tape. What? And if you think about the angle the bear's at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime. Man, bro got a stuffed bear that had a spy camera in it that was sending video elsewhere. Bad fan. So there was a camera in the bear's eye. And it was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder. Pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. But who gave Mr. Corita the present? I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there has got a video of what happened here that night. Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is? It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be set in almost anywhere, but there's no real way to find out. Oh. Is there really no way to find out? Stuff bear added to the court record. Got it. What? Hey pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you gonna do? Gonna go around the electronics shop, see if I can find out who bought it. But that's impossible. It's already 9 PM. Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Oh yeah, baby, investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. Yeah! I think he just says that. He's gone. Yeah, but Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mystic Maya's sake. The mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right? You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward one step at a time. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, huh? You're one lucky man, right? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl? I've no idea. Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade, and only a small number of these are exported here. Huh? The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, the bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is. Can you really do that, Mr. Nick? Well, I guess. Seems kinda boneheaded to leave that much of an evidence trail, though. 9 PM. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm pretty sure you have other things you have to do. Stuffed bear snatched up by Edgeworth. See you soon, right? Wait. Huh? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, right? Until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Carita? The bear's gotta be heavy. The real killer? You really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, right? Everything begins with the truth. Juan Carita's the real killer. Miss Andrews passed. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. Onguard. And this card. Shelley the killer. Maya. The only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. To be continued. Save progress. Woohoo! You